Hello, friends. Welcome to Trivia Over Tea, the quiz show podcast where we drink tea and play trivia. I am your host, Matthew Cook, and it's been a little while since our last episode, almost 2 years. We last did this in 2024, but we're bringing it back, and now we have this fancy new setup. We're broadcasting this somewhat live from an undisclosed location in Costa Mesa, California. And I'm so grateful to some of my friends who are helping to make this possible, including Grant Coltrip and Nikita Pisarevich, and of course my brother Mason Cook, all of whom are joining me for this very special recording today. And we as you know, if you're new to Trivia Over Tea, we did 101 episodes between 2021 and 2024. And that was a lot of work and a lot of time that I spent to make that happen. And of course, life gets in the way, other things happen, but I've always wanted to try to bring it back. And so here we are. And we're going to see how it goes. So I hope you enjoy this new setup. It's basically going to be the exact same show that it was before. So don't worry, we're not changing anything up on you other than it's going to be much higher quality than before. And also you might be wondering, where's Carter? Of course, if you're an old Trivia Over Tea supporter, you know Carter Zanke was our original scorekeeper, and he is still very much a part of the show, except he lives in North Carolina. And so that is a little bit inconvenient to Costa Mesa, California, to be able to pop over to do this on a Saturday morning, particularly because we wouldn't pay for his flight. So Carter has very graciously accepted the title of Scorekeeper Emeritus, and he will be here hopefully maybe at some point, we'll see. But Carter gives his blessing for all of this, so don't worry about him. We're all good there. Okay, I think we should get going here and see how this new reboot is going to go here. So let's introduce today's contestants. This is also kind of like a meet the staff kind of day. First, we have Grant.
Hi, Grant Coltrip. I'm a video producer and a practicing psychologist in organizational behavior, and I'm excited to be on the show. I watched a couple of the last episodes, and this is exciting.
Well, thank you, Grant, for being here today, and thanks for jumping in to be a contestant as well. Hopefully I've written some good questions for you. Okay, and then a familiar face,
very much,
and voice to the Trivia Over Tea universe. My brother Mason is filling the other contestant chair.
Yeah, well, for longtime viewers are very familiar with me, but for those who are not, I am indeed Matthew Cook's younger brother. The music you heard in the intro, that is mine. Mm-hmm. And also, I have contributed many questions in the past, and I will be contributing many in the future. Not today, but...
Not today. That would be a little bit unfair if you wrote questions for yourself.
I would love to answer my own question.
I'm sure you would. I think I wrote some good questions for you.
I hosted the show too.
And you have hosted the show as well. Yeah, I realized this morning that I probably should have gone back and tried to figure out exactly how many episodes you've been on.
Yes.
And I think I have that number written down somewhere, but
yeah, this will be put on in a post, by the way.
Probably not, but we'll get to it the next time. We'll get to it the next time you're here.
Right.
Maybe. We'll see if I decide to look for the number. Okay. Well, thank you both for being here. And because we're doing this in person, we finally can sit around and actually drink some tea with each other. So this morning I have brought the T2 Melbourne breakfast tea straight from Melbourne itself. We each have our own mugs.
See how this is.
My very special half-face mug.
I think we need more of those mugs in the world. I need one of mine. Where'd you get that?
I ordered it online, but I can order more.
Is it like Vistaprint or something?
I think it's Shutterfly.
Okay.
I think. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah. I have one of those as well.
Yeah, it would be incredible to have one for each contestant of their own face. If you win a round, you should get one of yours.
No, they should all be of my face.
Okay.
Because it's my show.
Well, if they win,
they can get their own show if they want their own mug.
Hey, on the shows that I host, they'll win a mug with my face on it.
Well, we can discuss that later on.
This
Either
first
way.
episode will be somewhat of a production meeting in case you haven't figured it out.
Yeah, we'll be making important decisions on the air in real time.
Either way, this T2 Melbourne is great.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's good stuff.
Melbourne.
Yes,
Melbourne.
please pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, now that we've taste tested
Yeah,
that,
well, here's
You can just
I
put on the
think
wood.
we're,
It doesn't matter.
I think we're ready to go.
yeah.
Are we ready? Grant, you're going to be up first. Oh, I have to explain round one. Okay, so round one is our multiple choice round. Each contestant will receive 5 questions. Excuse me. Each contestant will receive 5 questions with 3 possible answer choices. The correct answers are worth 10 points each. All right, Grant, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okie dokie. Here we go. Question 1. How many bones are in the human skull? A, 14, B, 22, or C, 26?
I will say C, 26.
It's actually 22. 22 bones in the human skull.
22.
Question 2. What is the oldest English-speaking community in North America?
Okay.
A, St. John's, Newfoundland, B, Jamestown, Virginia, or C, Plymouth, Massachusetts?
Well, I feel like Jamestown was before Plymouth, so I'm going to go with B, Jamestown.
But before Jamestown was actually St. John's, Newfoundland. 1497 was when St. John's was founded. Jamestown was founded in 1607 and Plymouth in 1620. Question 3. What is a group of flamingos called? A, a flamboyance, B, a charm, or C, a swoop?
I actually have no idea on this. I'm going to go with B.
It's actually a flamboyance.
A flamboyance
Yeah.
of flamingos. Okay.
Flamboyance of flamingos. A group of hummingbirds is called a charm, and a group of swallows is called a swoop.
A swoop of swallows. Okay, noted.
Yeah. Question 4. What service academy held its first graduation in 1854? A, was it West Point, B, the Naval Academy, or C, the Coast Guard Academy?
I feel like West Point's been around longer than that. And I'm guessing the Navy was too. I feel like the Coast Guard is a relatively newer branch. I'll go with C, the Coast Guard.
Well, the Coast Guard Academy is the newest one of those 3, but Coast Guard Academy was founded in 1876. West Point was founded in 1802. The Naval Academy held its first graduation in 1854.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were founded in 1845, actually, but they did not have a graduating class until 1854. So there you go. And finally, question 5. Which opera by Richard Wagner concludes with the famous Liebestod, which is love death? A, Tannhäuser, B, Lohengrin, or C, Tristan und Isolde?
I think it's Tristan and Isolde.
It sure
Hey,
is.
got
Yes,
one.
Isolde sings the Liebestod over Tristan's dead body, and at the end of the scene, she too expires. As happens to many a soprano in the final scenes of opera. Alrighty, Mason, are you ready for your 5 questions?
Quite ready and raring to go.
Okay, question 1. How many bones are in the human hand? A, 22, B, 27, or C, 31? I'll give you a second to count them.
Can you count them on one
I'm
hand?
going to go C, 31.
It's actually 27, B. There are 8 carpals, which is the wrist, 5 metacarpals in the palm, and 14 phalanges in the fingers.
Oh.
There you go. Question 2. What is the longest ship canal system in the world? A, the Suez Canal, B, the St. Lawrence Seaway, or C, the Panama Canal?
I'm going to go with B, the St. Lawrence Seaway.
That is correct. It clocks in at 370 miles, a series of canals there. The Suez Canal is only 120 miles long, and Panama Canal just 51 miles.
No.
Very thin, very thin. Question 3. The João Library in Portugal has used what animal to protect the collection from pests for 250 years? A, cats, B, bats, or C, mongooses?
I believe it's B, bats.
It sure is, yes.
Hold on, is it mongoose or mongoose?
Okay, I looked that up, And the correct plural form of mongoose is actually mongooses.
Okay.
Because of its language of origin.
Very fair.
However, I think because of the spelling of the word, mongoose is a colloquially acceptable way to say the plural of mongoose, but the technically correct way to
it's mongoose. It's a
mongooses, yes.
Yeah, because it's a romance word, and those have S, and geese is from
Celtic or something, or Germanic.
No, it's Germanic in origin. So you go, all the irregular English nouns are Germanic or Norse.
Huh. Now, does any library or institution use mongooses as their pest control that we know? We may have to have the audience comment in on this.
Not that I know of. Yeah, but if you
Chat, can we clip
if you
that?
are aware of
somewhere in
any
India,
libraries
probably.
that use mongooses, please let us know. We'd be very interested. Maybe we can do an episode from there at some point. Okay, question 4. Which of the following pieces by Hector Berlioz includes chorus? A. The Symphonie Fantastique. B. Harold en Italie. Or C. Romeo et Juliette.
It's not Symphony Fantastique. That's all instrumental. I have the score of Harold in Italy. Oh, I should have looked at it.
You had no way of knowing that I was going to ask a question
I
about
know,
Harold.
but this is I have like one of those fun double scores where it's Symphony Fantastique and Harold in Italy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Well, and actually, as it turns out, one of the scores that I brought in today is the Hector Berlioz Grande Messe des Morts, just for funsies. So
Yeah, that
Baron Writer,
good one.
full score.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
Which does have chorus, by the way,
Uh,
because it's the mass.
is it Harold in Italy?
It is not. It is Romeo and Juliet. Yes.
Oh.
Harold in Italy has the famous viola obbligato.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So Romeo and Juliet was heavily influenced by Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. And despite the use of vocal forces, the roles of Romeo and Juliet are taken on by instruments rather than singers. Yeah, it's a very, very unique piece. Very unique
Yeah,
piece.
because I don't think of Berlioz really as a singer-composer at all.
Well, I mean, he did write
He did
songs
write it, but his most famous thing is that he wrote a big book on orchestration.
Well, yeah. He did a lot.
Yeah,
He's an interesting guy.
Very weird guy.
Yes.
Yeah, recorder player. Fun fact.
Oh, that I
That
didn't
was his
know.
primary instrument.
Good trivia.
Primary instrument.
Primary.
Yeah, his primary instrument was the recorder.
Was he in high school?
No, he was a Frenchman in the early 1800s.
That
All right.
makes sense.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 5. Which of the following Civil War battles was a Confederate victory? A. The First Battle of Bull Run. B. The Battle of Shiloh. Or C. The Battle of Pea Ridge.
I was gonna say I didn't need the other two options. It was just the First Battle of Bull Run.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, the Confederate forces won both battles at Bull Run. The first one on July 21st, 1861, was the first major battle of the Civil War.
I'll say we've been past that battlefield a couple of times.
Oh, we've been to the battlefield.
We have, okay.
We've been to the battlefield because we grew up like 20 minutes from it.
That's true.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Grandma and Grandpa's house was like 5 minutes from it.
That's true. When was the last time we actually went to that?
It might have been in 2021 because I feel like we stopped by.
Oh,
there, so-
right. You're right. Because we went to I don't think we went to the main portion of it.
I don't remember.
Because I think we went to some further off.
That was a long time
part
ago.
of the line.
So like a big,
Yeah,
couple square
big.
miles type
Oh yeah.
of thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Big plot of land there.
Yeah, it's
Neat.
big.
Yeah.
It's right near Manassas.
Yeah.
And just there.
Yeah, very Northern Virginia, close to DC, close to where we grew up.
Nice.
Okie dokie, that's the end of round 1. According to my calculations, I believe the score is Mason has 30 and Grant has 10.
Ooh, all right.
So with lots of trivia still to go. Let me take a quick sip of tea here before I introduce round 2. Okay. Round 2 is our category round where I pick a category and I ask each of you 5 questions on that category. Sometimes the categories are different for both contestants. Sometimes they're the same category. Today, you will both have the same category.
Ooh.
And so this podcast is coming out on June 10th. And normally I like to have round 2 be about somebody who has a famous birthday on that particular date or whatever. This person was actually born on June 17th, but I felt like the questions were better suited for you guys than our
How dare you?
June 17th.
I am offended.
But I also really wanted to ask about this person, to write questions about this person, because he's quite an interesting person. That person is King Edward I of England, who was born June 17th, 1239.
Oh, boy.
Died July 7th, 1307. Okay, Grant, you are up first. Oh, and by the way, now that we're in round 2, if you get the question wrong, your opponent has the chance to steal for half points. So questions in this round are worth 20, and if you steal the question, you get 10. All right. Grant, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, question 1. Edward was given what nickname owing to his long legs and overall tall stature?
Well, I remember seeing this in a movie, so Longshanks.
Yes. Yes, he was 6'2". Quite a big guy, particularly for that time.
That would be massive for that.
Question 2. Edward was dramatized in what 1995 epic war film starring Mel Gibson?
That would be Braveheart.
It would be. Edward I is portrayed by Patrick McGoohan in the film.
I think he did a good job, too.
Yeah.
He did.
Question 3. Portrayed by Mel Gibson in Braveheart, what Scottish knight was among the main leaders in the fight against Edward I? Don't worry, Mason, you're getting your questions too. Don't worry.
Who is William Wallace?
Yeah, that's correct. He defeated the English at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, which is depicted in Braveheart. Question 4. Amidst his war in Scotland, Edward was in conflict with what continental nation in the Gascon War?
Well, he made an alliance with France by marrying. What is it? The Netherlands?
No, it was actually France. Yeah. Most of the what?
He should get a chance to
it's round
steal.
2.
Oh, sorry.
It's France.
You knew that, right?
Yes, I knew that. I knew
trust
that.
that you knew that. Okay, we'll give you. Sorry. See, I'm out of practice. Okay.
Okay.
Although I have done that before.
Now, if he
quite
does
famously.
steal, is it still worth the same amount of points?
No, it's worth half. So he gets 10
So I get
points for
10.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Most of the fighting in the Gascon War took place in the southwestern French region of Aquitaine. Okay, question 5. During that war, the Gascon War, Edward led an expensive military expedition to Flanders, a historical region located in the northern part of what present-day country?
That would be the Netherlands.
It would be
Belgium.
It would be Belgium.
Oh, there's
Yes. Edward was seeking a military alliance with Flanders and others. He almost did it again. Flanders and others to fight against the French. Despite initial reservations from English nobility, Edward grew a big enough alliance to obtain a truce from the French. Okay.
As soon as the questions left the Braveheart film, I fell off.
Yeah. Mason, are you ready?
Well, I'm just happy it's not Anne of Cleves, Matthew. So
It's true. That's true. I'll have to bring that back at some point. That was an all-time great category.
all time.
All-time great category. Okay, question 1. Edward was given what nickname related to his continuous fighting against the Scots?
That'd be the Hammer of Scots.
That'd be correct. His invasion of Scotland in 1296 instigated the First War of Scottish Independence, depicted in Braveheart, which continued until 1328, over 2 decades after his death. Question 2. In addition to Scotland, Edward invaded what other British country, which he conquered in 1283?
That'd be Wales.
That would be correct. The Statute of Rhuddlan introduced English common law in Wales and remained in effect until 1536. Question 3. This is more Edward adjacent, but for his crimes against English citizens and high treason, William Wallace was executed by what popular method? What method popular in England at the time?
Disembowelment?
Steal?
Grant.
John quartered.
He was drawn and quartered. Yes. You had part of it. Yeah, but that
it was a fifth. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he was hanged, drawn, and quartered.
Yeah.
Yeah. The punishment was typically reserved for men who committed treason in England. Question 4. In 1307, Edward I was succeeded by what son of his? Remember, this is an audio
Edward
format. It was Edward
was
II. Yes,
Sorry,
don't.
I was singing the British Kings and Queens song in my head.
Don't overthink this one. Edward II was not as successful a king as his father and is often depicted as lazy and or incompetent by historians. Question 5. Also depicted in Braveheart, what Scottish nobleman joined Wallace's side in the War of Independence, even though he had earlier capitulated to Edward?
Is it Robert the Bruce?
It is Robert the Bruce. He later became King of Scots in 1306 after he murdered John Comyn, with whom he had been a joint guardian of the Scots. So, okay, let me figure out how many points there were there.
I've always loved how belittling the title of Guardian of the Scots is.
Yeah.
There's just something so beautifully condescending about it.
Well, and I don't think Robert the Bruce really liked that title either.
He didn't.
Because he really wanted to be king, and he felt like he deserved to be king. And eventually he did become king, but he had to murder and be excommunicated in order to do that. I should really have a pen and paper here to add up the scores here. Okay, so Grant, you had three questions correct, plus one steal. No,
only one.
Yeah, so you had 70 points in that round. To bring you. No. I'm talking about Grant's, not you. I'm getting to you. Hold your horses.
Sorry.
So you had 70 points in that round, which brings you up to 80. Ooh. Mason, you had 4 questions correct, plus 2 steals, so 100 points in that round, right? Mm-hmm. Which brings you up to 130.
Yep.
So 130 to 80 is our score at the end of round 2. Okay, round 3. Now the questions are worth 30 points each, and if you steal, you get 15. And no more categories. We're back to just general whatever I want to ask about.
General trivia.
General trivia.
No multiple choice.
No multiple choice. Okay, Grant, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question 1. What transcontinental interstate highway ends at I-15 in Barstow, California?
Is the 20?
No. Mason?
Is this the 30?
No. I-20 runs from Florence, South Carolina to middle of nowhere, western Texas. I-30 runs from Little Rock, Arkansas to just west of Fort Worth, where it dead ends into 20. But the answer is I-40.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Where's that one start?
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, true transcontinental interstate highway.
We were just both too far south.
Yeah. Question 2. Which U.S. president signed the treaty to return the Panama Canal to Panamanian control? Signed the treaty is the key.
When did that happen? I am no idea. I know that Theodore Roosevelt was around the creation of it, right?
Yes.
That would have been in the early 1900s, but I don't know when we returned control of the Panama Canal. Would it be it's not was it Ronald Reagan? He would not have done that.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
It's not Reagan. Mason?
Is it technically Teddy Roosevelt?
No. Jimmy Carter signed the treaty to give control.
So you were looking for the actual...
A later 1900s person.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter signed the treaty to give control over the canal back to Panama with Omar Torrijos, the Panamanian... Gosh, I can't say that. Leader on September 7th, 1977.
Because I thought that this was going to be one of those. There was a clause in the original treaty where it auto-reverted at some point.
No.
And the U.S. just stayed there.
No, please, the U.S. would never do that.
That'd be a trick question.
Question 3. How many states have 3 NFL teams playing their home games in them?
Sorry, am I supposed to name the states, or are you asking how many states there are?
Just how many?
How many? I'm guessing, is it 3 exactly or at least 3?
Well, it is 3 exactly because there are no states that have more than 3.
Okay. I'm guessing it's California, Texas, and does Florida have 3? I'm quite sure they have at least 2. What about New York? New York definitely has 3. I'm going to go with 3 states.
That is incorrect, Mason.
It's 2.
It's only 2. California and Florida. Texas only has 2 states,
Yeah.
and the New York teams play in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the reason Texas
What about
only has 2. The reason Texas only has 2 is that the Cowboys have been very defensive of their territorial rights over Austin and San Antonio, so have always blocked a team from going there.
I was thinking of the Buffalo Bills as well because they're technically
Yes.
in New York.
Yes, and they
They're
do
the
play,
one,
They do
I'm
play in New
assuming, who
York.
do
They do
play
play in
in-
New York. Yes.
As any of their fans will be willing to tell you.
Yeah. California had 4 for a few years, but
Raiders.
no more. They have 3: the Chargers, the 49ers, and the Rams. And then in Florida, there's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So there you go. A lot of states have 2, including some sleeper picks like Maryland.
Yeah.
Because the Commandos and
not in a couple years though.
well, but still right now.
Yeah, the commies
Commandos.
are moving back to the district.
Yeah. Anyway,
Shout out Landover.
yay Landover. What is it called now? Because it's not FedEx Field, right?
No. Oh, what is it
Is it
called?
Natrendity Stadium or something
Yeah.
like that?
Well,
No,
it's always
I-
FedEx Field, though.
Yeah, I know. Northwest Mutual
Something like
Credit
that.
Forum. I don't know. I haven't been either way. Question 4. On June 10th, this is back to you, Grant. On June 10th, 1898, Marines landed in what present-day nation as a part of the Spanish-American War?
What is the Philippines?
No, Mason.
Can you repeat the question again?
On June 10th, 1898, Marines landed in what present-day nation as a part of the Spanish-American War?
Cuba?
Cuba. Yes. It followed the sinking of the USS Maine in Havana Harbor on February 15th, as well as the destruction of the Spanish fleet by the U.S. Navy in Manila Bay on May 1st. Yeah, I don't know that they actually landed in the Philippines.
They sent a couple boats to the Philippines, but I don't
I don't think there was a land-based operation.
Yeah,
it wasn't a
land-based.
serious landing operation. They just sent some boats, and that was enough.
Yeah. This landing in Cuba was the precursor to like the Battle of San Juan Hill.
I see.
And
They landed
that
in
sort of
Cuba,
stuff.
landed in Puerto Rico.
I read somewhere that somewhere around the time of this war, because I was quite sure U.S. Marines scaled the walls of Beijing to do a rescue mission for some diplomats or something because there was turmoil going on there. But
I said that was the Boxer Rebellion, I believe.
did it coincide with the Spanish-American War? Like, why do we have troops over there?
That would be.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
that
the
would have been
Boxer
rough.
Rebellion.
That
That's
would have been
well before it.
That would have been roughly around that.
But there was a super badass painting of American troops scaling the walls of Beijing, and I was like,
Well, yeah.
this happened already?
I don't
the
know.
U.S. had. God, where was the U.S. zone of influence in China post Boxer Rebellion? Was it? No, it wasn't around Beijing because that would have been all Russia's territory. Or was Beijing?
There was
I
just
forget the exact map of zones of influence in China. And from the sounds of it, people in this room, I think I might be the only person who's seen a map of the
Yeah, I
zones
don't
of
know.
influence post
Maybe you
Boxer
can
Rebellion.
maybe you can do some research on that and write some trivia questions about it for your future episode.
Yeah. That's called foreshadowing, by the way.
Yeah. Got to drop some teasers to keep
Fair.
people interested.
T. Is there?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's even spelled like T because
It is.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
Drink to that.
Anyway, okay. Question 5: What Olympic gold medal winning figure skater has worked as a color commentator alongside Johnny Weir for every Olympics since 2014?
Is it Apollo Antonono?
No,
No, he's a speed skater.
Mason.
Oh, God. I can see the guy's face. I got nothing.
It's Tara Lipinski.
Oh.
Yeah, not a guy. She won gold.
A woman?
I was thinking of someone else. So
No, yeah, Tara Lipinski. She won gold at the 1998 Olympics in Nagano, Japan. Yeah. Okay, Mason, are you ready?
I am ready. Certainly.
Okay. Question 1. What interstate highway runs through the western panhandle of Maryland and terminates at I-79 in Morgantown, West Virginia?
Western Panhandle. Is that I-60?
No. Grant, want to throw out a number?
70.
68.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Its eastern terminus is with I-70.
I see.
Yes, western terminus is I-79 in West Virginia.
You always have a couple of these little interstate ones.
Yeah.
Huh?
For those of you who are new to the trivia over T metaverse, there's always everybody gets an interstate highway question. Mm-hmm. That's part of the deal. Okay, question 2. Who was the U.S. president when control over the Panama Canal actually changed from the U.S. to Panama?
I believe it was Clinton.
It was Bill Clinton, yes. The Panama Canal formally came under the control of Panama on December 31st, 1999, during the administration of President Bill Clinton. Question 3. Who was the only NHL player who was a teammate of both Wayne Gretzky and Alex Ovechkin? This one was written by our dad.
Is this Fedorov?
No. Grant, do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
Mason, you're going to kick yourself when you hear the answer. It's Mike Knuble.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way
one of my favorite role player caps.
Yeah. Yeah. When my dad sent me this question, I knew I had to give it to you because you're the only one who would have any chance of knowing the answer.
Would have been on. He would have been a rookie on those Rangers teams that Gretzky was on, and then later in his career he went to the Caps. That great guy, by the way.
Well, Knuble played with Gretzky on the 1998-99 New York Rangers, and with Ovechkin on the Washington Capitals from 2009 to 2012. Mm-hmm. There you go. Question 4. Queen Elizabeth II's consort, Prince Philip, was born in what country?
Greece.
Yes. He was a prince of both Greece and Denmark. Mm-hmm. Question 5. On December 5th, 1924, Saudi forces captured what city which, since 1916, had been the capital of the Kingdom of Hejaz?
Mecca.
Yes. Jeddah became its capital after that.
And then they captured that.
Yes. Like a year later.
Yes.
The Kingdom of Hejaz declared its independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1916 to align itself with the British Empire in World War I.
Because that was the Hashemites. And then there was the Saudi Hashemite war that occurred, and the Hashemites, they fled to Jordan. And that's where kind of the basis of the modern government of Jordan comes from, to Jordan, and then also Iraq, because the vision was a whole Hashemite dominated Middle East that was British aligned, and the Saudis kind of screwed that up.
I didn't know any of this. I frankly had never heard of the Kingdom of Hejaz before I started doing research for this.
In the fallout of the efforts started during World War I by Lawrence. Yeah.
The effort started by him and the Arab Revolt, and also then the Sykes-Picot Agreement, where the British and French kind of said, "Psych, we actually are retracting all of our promises to you guys."
Is that where psych comes from? Saying psych?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Okay. That's the end of round 3. So according to my calculations, Grant didn't get any points in that round, but that's okay. Mason got 3 of his own questions correct, I believe. Yes, 3 of his own questions correct for 90 points, and then you stole 2 questions from Grant, so that's 120 points for you, which should bring the totals to 250 to 80. I think is the the score right now. A little tricky to do this without a scorekeeper, but that will change in future episodes. Never fear. All right, it's time for the last round.
Final round.
Yeah, how will this work in this format?
I think we're just gonna think of answers, and then I'm gonna point at you to give your answer. So here's what we're gonna do. It's round 4. Questions here are worth 40 points. Both contestants will receive the same 3 questions, and no stealing because you get the same questions.
Is it a hand raised thing?
No.
Maybe we could do a hand raise. I mean, we could do a hand raise.
Yeah, you know what?
Now that we're
why
since
not?
we are in person. Well, so this game is a little bit out of reach, shall we say? So we can experiment and see how it goes.
Yeah, well,
We told you this
if
was a
I
production meeting.
get all 3, is it possible for me to catch up? I think there's too much of a gap right now.
No.
Let's play.
Yeah, this is a Cliff Clavin type situation.
Yeah. Also, if you get it wrong, the next person gets it right gets half.
It's another steal type situation.
It's another steal. So if you're the first to hand raise, it's 40. Second, 20.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let's try that. Let's see how it goes. Love how we're improvising here. We've become spontaneous. By we, I mean I've become spontaneous in my old age. Anyway. Okay. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
What's that face for? Don't tell me. Question 1. Question 1. Harriet, a pet owned by both Charles Darwin and Steve Irwin, was what kind of animal?
Galapagos tortoise.
Ew. Yes, she was a tortoise. And she passed away in 2006 at the age of 176.
I remember seeing that in the news.
Yeah. Question 2. What is the only U.S. state besides Hawaii in which a majority of the residents live on an island? Mason.
New York.
New York is correct.
Oh, that makes sense.
Long Island.
Yep.
And Long Island
Technically
has
a peninsula. Legally speaking, Long Island is technically a peninsula.
Okay, well we can go.
Fact check.
We can.
According to U.S. law, technically Long Island is a peninsula. But yeah, you are right.
Well, all right. Well, we can get into that later. But there's Long Island. There's also Manhattan, which is an island, and Staten Island, also an island. Yeah, but Long Island has by far the majority of those residents. Yeah. Question 3. The famous Hollywood sign originally said what? Grant.
Hollywoodland.
Yes. The sign was erected in 1923 as a temporary advertisement for a real estate development. Due to increasing recognition, the sign was left up with the last 4 letters, land, removed in 1949. So there you go. Okay, well, Grant got, I think, 80 points in that round, which brings you up to 160. Mason got 40, so that brings you to 290. Woo! And that means that Mason is the first champion of the reboot of Trivia Over Tea.
Good game.
Congratulations, Mason. Do you have anything that you would like to say?
I feel like that this is going to be just like the transition to the first division to the Premier League, where all prior records don't count, and therefore I'm automatically the greatest of all time.
The reigning champion.
You know?
Well,
So is this season 2 or is this episode 102?
This is season 2.
well, yeah. I think we should call this season 2.
Yeah.
I mean the seasons in the original series are a little nebulous.
Okay.
Very loosely defined.
It's more like a One Piece season where it just goes on for a long time.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we can call this season 2 because it is fundamentally a different production, more or less, than before.
True.
But this has been great fun, and I'm so glad that we're doing this.
Yes.
So
I'm glad we're
one episode in the books of Trivia Over Tea, and that's all we have for you today. Thank you for listening or watching. We hope that you'll tune in the future on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever. Please like and subscribe to us so that you can get our future episodes. Thank you to Grant and Mason for being on the show today. Thank you to Nikita Pisarevich for running the board for us. Today's questions were written by Andy Cook and yours truly. Our music, as always, was composed by Mason Cook. And special thanks to Grant Coltrip for setting up our studio and being the brains behind the production operation. Our producer.
There we go.
Producer
That
Grant
works.
Coltrip. And thanks also to our scorekeeper emeritus, Carter Zanke, for being here in spirit. And please tune in next week when we'll have 2 new contestants and more fantastic questions. Thank you. We'll see you next week.